Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back with today's Timeless Tarot for Sunday, July the 20th of 2025. This is a Timeless Tarot, so whenever it finds you is when you were meant to find it, but it is a collective reading, so it will not be for everyone. So if it is not for you and you don't resonate with it, then take it and leave it in the spirit in which it was given, which is love. We are going to be drawing 8 cards from the feminine deck, 8 cards from the masculine deck, and in accordance with our 8 chakras so that we can get a better understanding of how to go about our day to best manifest our highest timeline in the name of spirit. I've already done a pre-meditation and a short prayer on the cards, but we are going to give another quick shuffle so that we can get exactly what the message is supposed to be. All right, starting with the base, we have the King of Swords. That is not bad to begin with. Next up, into the sacral, we have the Two of Wands. The solar plexus, we are looking at the Eight of Swords. All right, in the, I just realized that I might have, no, never mind. We have the Ten of Hearts, the Ten of Cups in the heart slot. Goodness gracious. In the throat, we are looking at the Three of Wands. Wow. Okay. In the third eye, we are looking at the Two of Pentacles. And in the crown, we are looking at the Death card. And then rounding out our message from the Divine Feminine today, we have the Hanged Man. Next up, we are going to pull 8 cards from the masculine deck so that we can see what actions we can take. The feminine tells us the current situation. The masculine tells us what we can take. The feminine is about nurturing and what is already going on. The masculine is about changing and the things that we need to bring in. And so we're going to get a couple real quick shuffles just to make sure that the cards are exactly where they are meant to be. And beginning with the crown, we are looking at the World in reverse. In the third eye, we are looking at the Knight of Pentacles. Wow, all right. In the throat, we have the Ten of Cups. Let's move this over just a little bit. All right. In the solar plexus, we have the Magician. We're going to leave that, even though that should have been the heart. The Eight of Wands in the heart position. In the sacral, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And in the base, we are looking at the Two of Swords. And rounding out our message, wow, you can't make this up. Rounding out our message from the masculine, we have the Tower. Let's talk reading. I left this card over here because nothing happens by accident, and if it came out right there, then that's where it's meant to be. All right, so starting with the feminine, the current situation and the base, which is your base existence. This is your home life, right? I own a home, I rent or whatever. I have a place to live. I have food in my house. I have a job, right? That's what the base is. The base things that you need for your base existence. This is the area that governs love and wrath. So you may be feeling a little bit angry about some things, which is love unreturned. The current situation for you is going to be the King of Swords. This is a very impressive beginning card, right? This is, you're almost done with whatever it is you are on the base path about, right? Your job, your home, you're almost ready for the whatever's about to come. This is Swords, which is soul, air, intellect, thoughts, ideas. The King is about the mastery of that, right? The Queen is about nurturing so that you can get the mastery, the real, true, I've overcome the challenge, let me breathe for a second. You breathed, now it's time to harvest. Something is coming to fruition in your life. It has to do with an idea, something that you've been working on. It can be a new idea for a book or a movie, a screenplay, something along those natures. It can be a new artistic endeavor. It can be a new business, right? You want to start a new business in your life and you have an idea for it. This is the mastery of it. But in order to get the mastery, you have to make a choice, and somehow you are resisting this choice yet again. The Two of Swords, standing tall, is about choosing something about the idea. You've got the idea. It's about ready for fruition. You've got to put it into action. This is an action card, right? It doesn't appear to be. She's sitting still. She's blindfolded. She's got 2 swords up, but those swords are the swords of decision. One is yes, one is no. Which one are you going to do? Which one are you going to embrace? Because you're not embracing this choice. You're not embracing this change. It's good for you. It's going to lead to mastery of the mortal plane. And you're still resisting it. Something about being hard-headed, I guess. I might be speaking about me. Next up, we're looking at the sacral. The sacral is where lust and chastity, this is sexual nature is definitely part of this. This can definitely be dealing with your marriage, your relationship, your business partnership. It is what you see or what you desire going forward, right? This is the idea that you have that you want going forward. This is what you should be putting into place going forward. This is the things that you want to manifest in your life, right? I want a new job. I want a new house. I want better food, right? This is dealing with the mortal plane, so it's not really dealing about the upper level, higher ideals. This is dealing with you living. And we have, again, a choice. This is the Two of Wands. Wands is spirit, fire, light, life, logos. This is about change. 100% about change. That is not happening. Once again, right, we've got two choices, right? This is choices. This one you need to make. This one you're not making. You're not making this one, but you need to. You're not making this one either. This is about change. There is something telling you to make this choice. Twos are choices. It is choice on the first path, so just to get it started, not to bring it to fruition. You've got to make this choice. Now, that's confirmed by the Nine of Pentacles, right? The nine is going to be choice about the higher path. Now, this is the higher earthly path, so once again, in order to reach this idea that you have that's going to change your life, you're going to have to make a choice, right? This is a choice, this is a choice, this is a choice, this is a choice, right? And there's probably more choices up here. There is a big, big choice happening in your life, and you need to do it. This has to do with the mortal coil. This has to do with this job, right? It is most likely a job. It can be a house. You might be moving, but this is most likely got to do with you earning a living, right? That is what this is screaming to me, right? To master the plane, that is to be provided for. That is to have your provision right here. If you make this choice about the idea, this is, again, choosing, but it is on a higher path. You've already harvested the first round of the mortal. Now you're ready for the second round of the mortal. You need to put it into action. This is the masculine card, put into action this choice you're resisting. Next up, we are looking at the solar plexus. Now, the solar plexus is really what drives you. It gives you fuel. Now, this is how you enact these things, right? You have this thing you want to create to change your circumstance. This is how you do it. We've got the Eight of Swords. Now, the swords are, again, soul, air, intellect. This is a choice. This is a thought. This is you. This is an 8. So what now? What is the new path? What is this new idea that is bringing me to this new fruition? This is the higher path starting, right? This is the higher path resisting, right? You're not making the choice to get to the higher path. This is you choosing it, right? That's what this is. This is, now I can put this into action. This is my choice, right? You haven't made it. You need to make it. You're making it. That's what's happening right here. You kind of already even know what you need to do. Now, she is standing here by herself, blindfolded, with her past enemies behind her. She's already beat all of the enemies. She is in captivity, but it's captivity of herself. She doesn't know what to do with the new idea. What do I do with this? There's a new path. I don't know how to invest this energy. Right? That's what this choice is. How do you invest this energy? You need to invest this energy. This is your current situation. This is the feminine in the solar plexus. This is how you make it happen. You have to, right? If you want this mastery, if you want this like complete mastery over your craft, that's what you've got to do. You have to. Now, clarifying that, we have the number 1 card. Realize that there's a choice. Realize that there's a path. Realize that you can walk it. Realize that it's there. Realize that it's there. Realize that it's there. I know I sound like a broken record, but it is important, right? You have to make this choice about this. You have to. The magician is you standing in your power. If you look at him, he's got over his head the infinity symbol. He has all of the magical instruments readily available to him. He's got a wand in his hand. He's got a sword on the table. He's got another wand on the table, a pentacle, and a cup. He's got all of the things. He's pointing as above, so below. He is manifesting. This is you. This is the magician, if you make the choice. If you realize that there is a path, right? Both of these cards is telling you that there is a path. That is what this is saying. There is a path forward. And you just have to make the choice about it. Next up, we are looking at the heart. Now, the heart is the area that ties together the as below and the as above. This is the area where manifestation happens. You set your desires, right? You work towards your desires, and it happens. This feeds into your divine to make it happen, but this is where it really happens. This is the area of manifestation. And in the area of manifestation, you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Ten of Cups, much like the Ten of Pentacles, is about generational wealth. This is utter happiness. This is the best things that have ever happened to you in your life. This is a man standing with his wife. He's got his 2 children. They have a home behind them and all of the blessings of God right there. Every one of them. This is Cups, right? Cups is about emotions. This is going to lead to your best relationships, whether that is business or of a more personal nature. That's not up to me. Whatever it is, this is perfectly wonderful. Except you're not there yet. Except you're not doing the things that you need to do to get there, right? The mastery of the earth, right? This is generational provision. Now, the 10 is about learning the new path, so you still have some learning to do about this new path, dealing with emotions. What can you do in order to make that come into existence, to fully embrace it? We've got the 8 of Wands. Wands is change. Spirit, fire, light, life, logos, change. Every bit of it, fire, right? Wands represent something big changing in your life. Now, the 8 is a what now, right? What now? What now? What now? Right? You need to embrace this new path. The ones and the 8 are the new path. One is, oh wait, there's a path here. And then the 8 is, oh, there's a better path here. There's a better path here. It's change. You've got to embrace the change in order to bring about this generational provision. Next up, we are looking at the throat. The throat has to do with your communication. This has to do with pride and humility. So if you're not communicating, pride might have something to do with it. Humility might as well. You may not be wanting to take credit for your idea. It's probably a horrible idea. Not the idea itself, not taking credit for it. And for you, we have the 3 of Wands. Life, light, change, logos. This is about change again, but this is about learning the change. There is something in the communication that you need to learn, right? This is standing upside down, so maybe you already have it, you're just not putting it into full effect, or you don't have the full understanding about it, or you haven't communicated what you have learned. Or you need to communicate to learn a little bit something more, right? This is the area of communication. This card is about learning, about the change, and you're not quite there. What can you do to get there, right? What's going to be the result even? What do we got? We've got this card that you had in reverse. If you get your shit together, right? I know I shouldn't be cussing, but it's whatever. This is the masculine card. The masculine card signifies what you can do to take change in your life, right? Make the choice, right? Become the magician, embrace the change, see the new path, right? You have to realize that this communication that is not happening is going to bring about this generational provision, right? Once again, this guy is perfectly content. This is happiness. Now, he is learning about life and love. That is happening on the higher path, right? It's not always, when you are learning, about going forth and doing. It's about allowing things to happen sometimes, but you have something to talk about. What is your rewards going to be? The emotional side of things, if you talk about this problem, right? Now, this doesn't seem to be anymore that you are resisting just to resist. Now you need to communicate about what you've learned, right? You need to communicate or receive from communication, which is probably the case because it is inverted, something that you have to learn, right? If you do so, this is what you're going to get. If you go into action, this is your result. The result. Next up, we are looking at the third eye. The third eye, right? This is about putting into action the things that you want in your life. This is where you envision the things that you want in your life. It is also about sloth and diligence. So, are you working towards your goals? Are you just sitting around playing video games all day? Or whatever it is that you happen to do. You've got the Two of Pentacles. Again, a choice, right? So much you need to choose happening here today. You are maybe being a little bit diligent, but more than likely being a little bit slothful, considering we have all of these. You're not making the choices, right? There is a choice. It is there. This is in the area of what you see for yourself. The current situation is you are making a choice about your situation. It has to deal with these ideas. It is going to change your earthly situation, right? Whether you own a home or your job or whatever it is, you're looking for the change. That change is coming if you contemplate it, right? We have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles, nines are about knights. I said nine, but it's a knight, right? A Knigget. The Kniggets are about change. It is about change and challenge. The knights are ready for battle. The page is learning. The knights or the page are understanding what they're learning. 10 is about learning the new path. Page is about understanding what you just learned. And knights are about putting that understanding into play. You are contemplating going into making this choice, and there is a challenge that is going to arise from making the choice, but you are ready to meet it, right? It's not upside down, so it's not horrible, but it is a change. There is a choice, and there will be a challenge. This challenge is not really necessarily requiring direct action. You see the guy sitting on the horse, but he's not moving yet. He has the pentacle in his hand. He is contemplating his next steps. The challenge is understanding and rising to meet appropriately whatever the challenge may happen to be. And so you need to embrace this challenge. Whatever this change is, you need to be diligent about enacting it. You need to be make sure that you understand what you're doing and then rise to meet the challenge by making the choice. Next up, we are looking at the crown, and the crown is where you receive your information from the divine. This is how you interpret what the divine is telling you. You get your instructions and you put them into play, and it's through the filter of your choice. Now, the crown is also the area of hope and despair. Despair is depression, right? Hope is hope and beyond hope. And you're supposed to be a little bit in the middle. You should have hope that things will play out well, but if they don't go into despair. You have death. Now, death can absolutely be a negative card. If it is in the right placement, it is probably talking about a death that is going to happen, but this isn't that placement. This placement is change, right? Now we are looking at a 13, and a 13 is going to be overcoming the challenge and nurturing it, right? You have a challenge, you've got to overcome it. When you overcome it, everything changes. That's what death is. Death is everything in your life is going to be different, right? You have the authority figure down here, behind and underneath death. He has been trampled. He is done. The authority that was is no more. There is new authority. He is being greeted right here by a couple of people who are happy to see him. It's not necessarily a negative card, right? But it definitely is a card of something passing from your life. This in particular doesn't appear to be too unpleasant because of the clarifying action that we can take. Now, There's not a whole lot of action that is associated with the world. The world is attainment, right? In the same way that the tens are the generational provision, you have the new path, you are learning it in order to put into place the provision. This is a 21. Now, a 21 is going to be the complete completion. This is the end of the last path. This is the mastery of the end, but you're not quite there yet. This is all the possessions that you ever desired without being greedy, right? The things that you actually need. This is all that provision that is not quite there because this change needs to happen. Whatever it is that you have to let go of, the old life, the old way that God is telling you, change, right? That is going to bring you the world, the completion of the full path, the exact same way that we got in the base. Now, the base is telling you that the current situation is you are prepared if you make this choice, right? Which you are resisting. This is telling you if you embrace this change, then this will come, but it is not there yet because you're not embracing that change. That's going to bring us to our direct messages from the Spirit. And let's see what the feminine is telling us the current situation is. You need a new perspective. Right? The hangman he is on this staff willingly. He put himself there in order to see things from a different viewpoint. He is getting a new perspective. That new perspective can lead to change. It can lead to decisions. This new perspective is absolutely vital for what you want to put into play. Spirit is telling you with no unclear assertion, you need a new perspective. It's probably got something to do with this learning that you need to get from the communication. And clarifying your new perspective is a change of situation, right? If you want to enact this new perspective, you've got to change. You've got to change. There has to be change. You have to change. There's a challenge. You have to rise to meet it. You have to embrace your magician. And all of this is telling you there's a tower moment coming. There is something that if you do not change your perspective, if you do not decide, hey, I'm going to change the way I am looking at this thing, something is going to make you. I pulled the wrong one up. Something is going to make you. The tower is going to happen regardless. The tower is telling you that death is coming. Right now, death is change. The tower is change. The new perspective is change. All of this is change. Now, what's the number on this one? This is a 16. So a 16 is going to be choosing, right? There is something to choose in this. This is, again, a decision. We have so many decisions that you have to make here. Make your decision. Put it into action. Communicate openly and honestly about whatever your challenge is. Embrace the change that is coming, because if you don't, it's still going to change. It's too late to not change now. Right? You have a choice. You always have a choice. But there is change coming. Things are not going to stay the same. You are not happy in your current situation. And even if you do not allow yourself to embrace the change, it's going to happen anyway. And if you are not choosing the change, then the change is going to happen to you and you don't get a choice. You get to just ride along with whatever happens. But right now you have an idea. Right now you have a communication to learn something. Right now you have a choice about the mastery of the earth, and you need to embrace that. Because if you do, you're going to realize all of your dreams. Everything is going to come wonderfully for you if you step out in faith and do the things diligently that you know already that you need to be doing. If you like what I'm doing over here, let me know down below. Give me a like, a share, a follow. Throw me a comment whether you agree or disagree with anything that was said. If you put it in the box down below and it remains respectful, it gets to remain up. If you're another reader and you have a different interpretation of the cards, you are more than welcome to drop those as well. All are welcome here. If you really like what I'm doing, hit me with that super thanks. Consider joining for a membership or picking up a copy of my book where I teach you to do magic responsibly. To the crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you are here with me, and I am praying for you every single day. Until next time, I love you. God loves you. You are perfect, whole and complete just the way that you are. And this has been Pitt's Take. Peace.